Alright, so to continue on my path of new figures, today we're going to take a look at Fans Toys. Sorry, his tail popped up. Fans Toys Scoria, aka Slag. And this thing, you can see how shiny this thing is. This thing is really, really good. Yeah, he's big, he's bad, he's Slag. I didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I guess that works. Yeah, this thing's really good. My jaw on mine is a little loose, but if you angle it just right, it seems to hold in a lot better. Let's see, like so. It's weird. It's on like a couple different hinges in there, so at certain angles it's fine, but at other angles it becomes really loose. So something to be not worried about, but something to just realize. And I hear I'm not the only one with that issue. So, but yeah, you can see he's huge. He's a big figure. Really like it though. He's big. He's solid. And yeah, it's just really cool. And then for comparison, because I'm going to show off comparison in both Dino mode and robot mode for this one, because this is Dino mode is probably the way I'm going to display him. And I'll get into that later, but here he is next to the Masterpiece Grimlock. So you can see how they scale and look next to each other. And as you can see, they look really good. Colors are really close. Like they use chrome on these feet here, but they kind of used a duller chrome than they did on the crest. And it kind of fits with the silver paint that Grimlock has. The actual plastic on the legs, you can see it's got like a little marble, silver marbling going on through it, which looks really nice in there. It's they've got these clear plastic bits over chrome gold, and he's got the same clear plastic bits over chrome. He's got Grimlock here has just got blue eyes, or red eyes, whichever you prefer. Since he's got blue eyes, I'm gonna stick with him. Stick with blue for Grimlock, but he's got more of a metallic blue, which is, I would say, a little unfortunate, because I kind of wish he would have gone with the same blue that Grimlock has there. But yeah, he's really good. Like I said, I think it's really nice that they were able to match these guys up so well, in style and transformation even, and just overall look. But to be perfectly honest with you guys, if I didn't know any better, and yes, the Autobot logo is not added on, or doesn't come on the figure, you have to do it yourself. So I had some clear logos, which I think work perfect for him. But if I didn't know better, and you were to sit here and ask me which one was the third-party company and which one was the official release, I would say he is. He feels more stable than the actual Masterpiece figure. He's got more heft to him, more die-cast to him, and just all around just feels like a superior product than the actual Masterpiece Grimlock does. I'm not discounting the Masterpiece Grimlock by any means, or the Masterpiece line in general. I just feel that this thing definitely rivals Masterpiece figures. He he's not one of those like, well, he's almost as good as the Masterpiece figures, you know. This is as good, if not better, than Masterpiece quality figure. In the feel, the weight, and the look, in Dino mode at least. We'll go into robot mode when we get to robot mode, but because I actually haven't played with him that much. I kind of like to just learn the transformation, and then do the review before I really mess with him, because I want my initial reaction as close to it as I can get. So yeah, there he is with the Grimlock. We're going to set him off to the side. We'll get back to him later. But let's show him off. Here he is next to the Seeker mold. So if you've got just the classic Seekers, I don't think this scale is going to work for you, because this is going in my classics collection. I don't have a Masterpiece collection. I have a Masterpiece Grimlock and my Masterpiece Prowl. Who I wish I could find. But if you're going this scale, I don't think this is gonna work for you. And here he is next to the iGear Seeker, the Starscream. Now this is a scale I think works really well. I mean, it's very obvious that he is bigger than him, but he's a Dinobot and should be bigger than him. But he doesn't dwarf him like the classics one does. So I think that is a scale that works really impressively well. And I haven't really done much with the scale, you know, on my own. I haven't really messed with it. So these are, you're seeing it at the same time I'm seeing it. I found Prowl. Just gonna. I think my brother was trying to transform him last night, but couldn't figure it out. He can figure Slag out, but he can't figure out Masterpiece Prowl. I'm both proud and a little disappointed at that. And here he is with Masterpiece Prowl here. So yeah, again, I think this scale works with Masterpiece and with classics. You know, I like having my Starscream bigger than my Prowl. I don't like my Starscream being massively bigger, but I also don't like my Starscream like that to Prowl. So this is all, I think, working pretty well at the moment, mixing some Masterpiece with the classics. So, and then here's Grimlock again, just because he's here. So yeah, I think this scale works pretty well for everybody. But let's one more scale that I want to or actually, let's see. Let's get here is Classics Prime. Now here's where I think I made a mistake by selling Orion, because I think Classic Prime is not quite big enough for this larger scale. And same goes with Megatron. You can see how he stacks up there. And by request, here he is next to the TFC Preds. I didn't have time to rotate them over to Beast mode, but so yeah, you can see how he does work well with these two, but not Razor Claw. I mean, Razor Claw stands taller than Grimlock in Dino mode, so that just doesn't work on so many levels. So yeah, him off to the side. Him off. And the last comparison, and then we'll move on to other things, is here he is next to TFC's Hercules. So you can see he definitely is, he's large in comparison to Hercules. The Hercules ultimately, he's not in the right scale no matter what you do with him. No matter what scale you go with, because in lots of scenes he can hold Optimus or Megatron in his hand. It's not going to happen. But there's a scene in the original movie where you see Slag running into his leg. He's the only Dinobot that got the hit off on Devastator. And I'd say I'd say he's a little too big for that, but only just minorly too big. Alright. He does come with these bits right here. They're here to extend the height of Grimlock in robot mode. But while we've got him in beast mode, I figured I'd show them off. Basically what you do is there's two pegs. Pegs here, peg holes here. Plug those together. Pull these little black doohickeys out, and these will just plug together like so. Extend these pieces out. Take Grimlock here, and you just clip him onto his back, and that's really all there is to him. These things are supposed to stick out and hold out, but I can't seem to get them to stay out very stably. And that's okay, I guess. Not entirely great. It's not something I care for very much. I don't care for it. It's there. At least they found a place for it to go. But we'll get back to these later. We'll go with accessories later. Alright, so posability. Let's start on the back. End of the tail is on a swivel, so it gets a little side to side. Middle tail joint also on a swivel, so side to side. Looks like it's got another swivel, so it goes up and down as well. The back of the tail is supposed to plug in, and every time I plug it in, I knock some other piece out of joint. So there's no posability in the back. Although if you unplug it, it does have a little bit of rotation there. Back legs are on ball joints, so it works more for just going around, and it gives you that little playability of just trying to move it a little bit more to get it to move, and maybe a little bit for posability, but like having like a wider stance, but mostly it's just to go around. There's a swivel at the thigh, I guess that would be. Ratcheted knee goes back and forth, and then the foot. Does this foot move? No, this foot does not move. Alright, front leg goes all the way around and has a ratcheted in and out, so it gets a good range of motion there. There is a swivel at the bicep and a bend at the elbow, and then this foot pivots just ever so slightly. The head looks side to side, up down, up a little bit, but not much down. The mouth does open and close. He's got flamethrower on the inside. Really cool. Not as cool as like Grimlock's flamethrower on his mouth. I think that just looks better. His just kind of looks more bland. And then the horns do swivel. So if you kind of want to get these horns looking different, you know, a little closer together, a little further apart, you know, you can pose those just a little bit. But yeah, all in all, this Dino mode is really, really, really cool. I dig this a lot. So, I'm going to pause the camera real quick, because I'm already at 16 minutes and there's no way I'm going to get this done in 4 minutes, so might as well restart the timer now. Alright, so, let's work on transformation here. So, first thing I like to do is take this tail here, and you'll push this. There's two buttons, one here and one here. So if you push this button in, that opens the locking mechanism that allows you to push the tail in, so it shortens. To unlock it, you push the top button, push that in, and you pull the tail out. Push that in, and you push it in. Come on. And it locks in there pretty well. And then you take this section here and you pull this up, rotate like so, and then you can just take this whole back assembly and flip this up. Kind of get this out of the way. Then what you want to do is kind of split these legs a bit, give you a little bit more room to work. And you want to take the leg assembly and rotate it out. It just kind of pulls out. It doesn't seem to want to move. There you go. So you pull this out and down, and then you will rotate this leg in like so, like so. And if you really wanted to, you could leave these legs on the side. I believe that's more G1 accurate, but like G1 toy accurate anyway. But we don't have to do that, and I don't like doing that. But I mean, I'm just saying you can. Doesn't mean you should. What you'll do is you pull this calf section. It was like this, and you pull this out like so. Split this foot like so, and these pieces rotate down, and there's going to be a slot right here that this peg right here is going to peg into. You just line those up and like so, and then there is a slot here that'll clip onto that peg there like so. And then you take this whole leg assembly, or you'll fold this piece down like that, pull this piece forward, and you take this whole leg, you rotate it in to the robot leg like so. Then this piece will come up, lock back into place. This piece will come in this way, lock into place. And now instead of having a dino leg on the side, you just have this little hole where it used to be, and it's all perfectly fit inside here. Incredible design. most companies would just tell you to take the leg off and use it as like a whip or something. Even Hasbro's notorious for that one. I don't know what that was. It's like a little piece of paper that fell out of him. Hope that's not like shaved plastic. Anyway, take this leg, split this apart. Do the same thing over here. Just gonna get the lock in. And lock in. Split the calf out. And you rotate the whole foot assembly in. Oh, we forgot a step. This piece here needs to fold down. And you fold this in like so. And then this piece will fold over like so. I'm not lining this up properly. There we go. There we go. Nice solid lock on that. Rotate the camera up because you guys can't see what's going to happen next. And alright, take these arms, just kind of angle them up, and you pull the wings out like so. And then you want to pull this panel here down. Now this is my one complaint about this figure, is the fact that these panels are, I mean, these things are, I can't get those with my hands. They're way too tight. They lock in very well, and it's very nice that they do that, but I actually have to get something to pry those out, because I got it once with one of my fingernails and I broke the fingernail off. It hurt pretty bad actually. So easiest way to do this is you push up a little bit here. That pulls the hand out enough so you can grab it and pull it out. Lock the hand like so. Do the same thing over here. Get your little prying tool because you're probably going to need it. Open that up. Push up here. Flip out the hand. And close it up. And then you pull the arms down. They only go down just I mean, very slightly, but it works. There's that. Coming to the back section here, you want to take this tail and you fold it in, and you fold it in. There's a slotted section up here that this tail just kind of slides into. And you just kind of wedge it in and just find a way to make it stick. Like so. Take the wings, you can kind of angle them if you want. Doesn't matter too much. Up here, what you want to do is take this piece here, fold this up, like so. I'll do the same thing over here. Move the arms up, and you're supposed to take this assembly here and pull this back, and it sits on his back like so. Personally, I don't like that look. I think that just looks a little weird for me. So I actually just leave it in the up position, where it was in dyno mode. If I can get it back up there. There we go. I'll fold these two little pieces of crest back, but I just like to leave that back there because it just, I don't know, it suits better for me. And that's just me. You guys might have a different opinion on that, but So you take the mouthpiece, and you, like I said, it's on 2 hinges, one in the back, one in the front, and you just kind of fold it back to the back one and collapse this up. So unlike the G1 where this would just fold down, revealing the head, this folds into the mouth and hides the head, or hides itself. Flip this little black panel here up, and you flip out the head. It's giving me a little trouble here. I'm just gonna pry it out. There we go. Then flip up the head. Close this black piece up. And then you take the silver piece here and you fold this up as well. Something locked into place back there. Alright. Alright. And there you have Slag in robot mode. And this guy's fucking awesome. Just awesome. Let me screw him back just a little bit more. Yeah, let me pause this real quick. I can flip Grimlock into robot mode. Alright, so let's go over posability on this guy before we go into comparisons and accessories. Head is on a ball joint. It gets a little hindered because of the whole dinosaur head on his back. Just kind of gets in the way. But he still can look side to side, up and down. You can kind of... Well, you can't really even move that back, so it just kind of gets in the way. It still functions, it's just a little irritating. Shoulder here is on that swivel. Goes in and out, swivels the bicep, bends at the elbow. Hand is on a swivel. The fingers, oh, and it's also got a little hinge to it in there too. So it's a swivel and hinge. The fingers here are stiff. And I really like the fact that they're pinned and not just friction jointed. That was one of my biggest gripes about the Faith Leader, the iGear Faith Leader, was that they didn't have pins in their fingers, so they kept falling out. Thumb is on a ball joint. Each individual finger is on a swivel. Actually in 2 different places. One at the knuckle here, and one at the knuckle here. So he does get good, decent range of motion on the hands, better than most figures, and the fact that they are each individually pinned with those little metal pins make it so that this thing is really sturdy. So yeah, there's that. Both hands are the same. Both arms are the same. Waist. It's on that ratchet swivel there. Hips can move up, down, in, out. There's another bend in there for transformation, so kind of be wary of that when you pose it. Swivels at the thigh. Got a knee bend, a really good knee bend, as you can see. Let's see, foot is on a pivot, so it pivots side to side. It can pivot forward and back. There's this little flap right here that's spring loaded, so you can like pull this up and it goes back into place. So if you move that, it moves with the foot. Really good. This entire gold section here is die cast. I don't think this little flap is, but this here is definitely die cast, and it goes throughout his whole foot here. So when you set him down, he just thunks. He's a very, very, very solid figure. He is solid. That's all I can really say. Really like that. These finger joints are really tight, but they don't feel like overly tight. They just feel like they need to be worked in a little bit. So yeah, for his accessories, we'll go with the things I'm never going to use first. And that's going to be, he does come with an alternate head. The head itself is the same, but you got a different face to it. Where he's kind of screaming. I don't know why they would add a different head that was identical to the one there. I thought it was going to be coming out in like a black color or something like that, which would have been kind of cool. But yeah, that's so we get two of the same heads with a different silver mouth. He also comes with red standard mouth, so you can replace this one that's up here with a red one, or this screaming mouth, which is red. Again, these are things I'm never going to use, so they're just going to go into a box somewhere. He also comes with his sword, which has got two little slots here and here that he plugs into his hand. So we can plug this in to his hand. The thing about this, though, is that you kind of have to tilt the hand down a little bit for him to hold that sword. And that thumb really needs to kind of just be somewhere else when you put it in there. And when you put it in, it does hold fairly well. Not perfect until you get those nice tight fingers around it. Once those go around it, then it's in. But like I said, as you see, it's kind of at an angle, which is unfortunate because he can't hold it straight forward. But you can kind of like pose his arm so it doesn't really, it's not really all that noticeable. This little flare on these things is what's doing it. It does have a light up feature, but I don't have the battery, so and I'm not really in the mood to go searching for these batteries. He also comes with the blaster. Again, it's got the little groove slot sections down here. Plugs into this hand, and it works the same way. Only he can't hold it straight. It plugs in and it holds all right, but until you get those fingers wrapped around the handle, it's not perfect. Which I'm okay with. If you got a slotted hand, that thing better work if your fingers aren't tight. But his hands are tight, so these work very well. And here he is next to Grimlock, and as you can see, Grimlock comes up. He's a full head shorter than Slag here. So that's where these things come in. Now, when I first saw this, I sat there and said, wow, that is freaking stupid. They have to make extensions because they can't make him in scale with Grimlock. Well, they made him in scale with the new Masterpiece line. Grimlock is not in scale with the new Masterpiece line, apparently. So they found their own solution to this problem. And that was to give him foot extensions. So you just take these, and they just slide in, like so, and that's it. They just slide in. I don't know if all you do. You just take them, and you slide them in. Easy as that. And now, when Grimlock stands next to Slag, he is only just maybe not even a quarter an inch shorter. He really is not that short in comparison. They're really close in size, and Grimlock can hold his guns. Grimlock can hold his sword. And they can stand next to each other and look really intimidating to everybody because they are Dinobots, and Dinobots are really intimidating to everybody because everyone else is not Dinobots. Right? Alright. Comparison time. Classic Seeker. Again, like I said, way too big for the Classic Seekers. That does not work. But you put Starscream in there, Gear Starscream, and you see, yeah, he's bigger than Starscream. He should be, but he doesn't tower over him like these guys. Yeah, it looks like Starscream would lose the fight in like 10 seconds because they are that much bigger than him. But that's the point of the Dinobots. But the Classic Seeker is just, it's too small for this scale. So if you want to add Masterpiece Dinobots into your collection, get rid of those Classic Seekers. And here they are with Masterpiece Prowl, Optimus Prime, Megatron. So you can see Prowl works because he's Masterpiece scale, I know, but Optimus and Megatron don't work. They just need to be a little bit bigger. Hegemon is going to solve that, and if I had Orion, that would have solved that, but yeah, it doesn't quite work. And then again, because he requested it, here they are next to the TFC Predacons. So I think Rampage here and Headstrong are definitely in approximately the right scale there to the Dinobots. And here's Razorclaw, who is about the same size as a Masterpiece Dinobot, which he should not be. He shouldn't be. So I think he's too big. I still think he's too big. I've always said he was too big, and I will stick with that till I die. That guy is too big. And lastly, here they are with the TFC's Hercules. So yeah, in this in robot mode, they don't scale well with Hercules at all. They should not be that big in comparison to Hercules. They should be smaller when it comes to a combiner. But like I said, I'm going to be posing them in Dino mode, and I think that works really well. So there you go. Wow, this has been a long video again. All in all, Fans Toys, Scoria, incredible figure. Absolutely incredible. I highly recommend it if you don't have it already or don't already have it on pre-order. It's a good toy. He's fun. Those panels on his wrists, a little irritating, and the jaw not going into place properly, a little irritating. But other than that, I think he does the job of being Slag very well. Yeah, there's another third-party company that are going to be making Masterpiece Dinobots coming out soon. I would be hesitant to go with that because, like I said, this guy is as good, if not superior, to Masterpiece quality figure. This guy is absolutely incredible. So, without a doubt, he is a solid 10 out of 10. I'm all in. Come on, Fans Toys. Bring me the rest of the Dinobots. These guys are really cool. Like I said, robot mode doesn't really fit with classic scale. Even if you have the larger version of classic scale, like I'm getting into. But they'll obviously work with Masterpiece scale, and the Dino modes scale incredibly well with classics. And they look great together with the MP Grimlock. So, and as far as cost goes, this was $200 without any early bird specials. I know they do early bird specials, so if you get an opportunity to order it with early bird special, do it, because it takes like $20-30 off. Now mine is the Hasbro Grimlock. He was like $70, $60-70 at Toys R Us. And I mean, obviously that's a steal for him. Anywhere online, if you want to order a Masterpiece Grimlock now, you're looking at $200 to $270. So, even when he first came out, he was like $170 for the Masterpiece version, and then they dropped the price drastically for the Hasbro retail, the retail release for Toys R Us. So price wise, they're not all that far off from each other, unless there's a Hasbro release. The Tarka releases are expensive, so yeah. I think it's very reasonable. So yeah. Fans Toys Slag.